microphone here that I'm going to try to use. I'm back. It's 2024. 2023 was a great year, and I encourage everyone to reflect on it and see kind of what you learned, what you did, what you're grateful for. I use a journal. Anyway, 2024, it's already the 27th, and I wanted to talk today about a new app that I am using called MacroFactor, and this app has been a game changer. It is something that has replaced MyFitnessPal for me. I've been using it since 2013, and so this was a huge move for me to go to a new app. Let me tell you a little bit why. First of all, I felt like my results with MyFitnessPal were getting a little bit stagnant, even though that you get the accountability using MyFitnessPal. I felt like it wasn't dynamic enough for the change of the day-to-day life of a person. It was kind of unforgiving, and it made me realize that it would be much more beneficial to have an app that not only accounts for flexibility but encourages it and helps you look at the overall picture of your health, and that's exactly what MacroFactor does. So there's a lot of videos out there about MacroFactor. I just came across it from another YouTube video that talked about MacroFactor, and it has really changed my life completely. So I wanted to tell you all about it. Some people out there that know me in real life have heard me talk about this, and I wanted to make a video to really share some of the different features of it. I have it on my iPhone. I'll show you the logo. So here it is. This is MacroFactor. You can see. The beauty of this app is that not only does it do a lot of various calculations for your metabolic rate, how much approximately the number of calories that you would burn on a day-to-day basis, for your age, for the level of activity, for your height. They even take into consideration your body fat calculations and things like that. And they kind of start you off with a very generalized number, and it gets fine-tuned as time goes on, as you introduce your activity. And the way it works is that you don't actually directly put your activities into MacroFactor. All you have to do is make sure that you log in your calories, your food intake every single day consistently. But if you do decide to have a cheat day or a refeed day or whatever you might call it, just don't put those calories in at all, and either do every single calorie or don't do any of the calories. And what it does is it will start to look at how much food you're putting into your body and looking at your weight. So you need to weigh yourself at least 3 days a week to really fine-tune MacroFactor. When you put your weight in, it looks at your weight trend. It does tell you, it inputs your weights that you record on a graph, but most importantly is that it gives you kind of an average of what your true weight is, and it takes into account your various fluctuations. So if you ate a big meal, or if you have a full bladder, or you haven't emptied your bowels, or whatever the case may be, the MacroFactor app will take all of your different weights into account and give you kind of an average of what your weight is. And it's great because it doesn't feel so extreme. It doesn't feel like you have to be 100% perfect. It gives you a generalized picture of how you're doing, and it really works. So the first month that I had it, all of December, I just was eating horribly, and it was holiday season, so I was doing a lot of eating and drinking and celebrating with family. I entered every single thing into MacroFactor, and so I got to see how my weight had gone up, and it looked at my expenditure, how much approximately I am burning. So let's see if that works. So this is how the graphs work over time. Then I'll show you This is your weight trend. So as you can see here, it tells you, kind of overall what your weight is approximately, even taking into consideration your ups and downs. And I'll show you a better, what you can see is there's a little squiggly line there, a more faint line, and that's the actual weights that you enter in on a graph, and then the average of all of those data points gives you the solid bar. So you can see actually what your progress is, and this is true weight loss that I've had, and you can see here all the individual data points, and it gives recommendations, it gives your trajectory. Like for me, it says my current weight is 209.5. I've been losing about 1.05 pounds per week. It says that I'm at a perfect 524 calorie energy deficit, and my 30-day projection is to be at 205. So maybe I can be at 205 by the end of this month, and I'm already at about, my absolute weights have been about 207. So this 205 is probably the weight trend, so maybe that's going to be in 30 days from now. But anyway, it has enter your food just like any other app, and you can, let me try to change this screen thing, so now it should focus better. You can enter in your weight, barcode for food that you want to scan, just like MyFitnessPal, or you can search it. You can also use AI describe, and that's where you'd say, like, I had 2 waffles and a cheeseburger, and it will do its best to try to give you an approximation of those foods. It's nice when you're in a pinch and you just need to make sure that you put something down so that it gets the information in. It is tedious because you have to put the information in, but the level of accountability is incredible, and it allows you to really see the fruits of your labor. Taking out the activity calories burned is really nice because it just truly will tell you exactly what your body is doing. I'm eating 3,000 calories and I'm gaining weight, or I'm eating 2,200 calories and I'm losing about 1 pound per week. It doesn't even look at my activity. It doesn't try to give you more or less food based on the amount of calories that you are entering in as burned in an activity. It will just tell you, if you want to be 20 pounds less in 20 weeks from now, it will tell you approximately how much to eat, and then based on how you are actually doing. So if you are not very active, or let's say you have a low level of activity, you only walk 15 minutes a day, and so that's less than 100 calories a day that you're burning, you cannot eat as much if you have the same goal as someone that is running 3 miles a day, for example, who's going to have substantially more calories that they could eat. And the app will account for that by just looking purely at the amount of food that you eat and the actual outcome of your weight. And it's just a beautiful app. It's easy. It works really, really, really well. There's a great network on the Facebook groups, other people that have had really good results. One of the first things I asked everyone was, hey, how did you, when I put up a poll, I said, I just want to hear some success stories, if they're out there, of people that use this app and how they went about using it to help them lose weight. Did you just follow the recommendations? Did you have to manually do your own calorie inputs, at least like recommendations, or were you able to just follow the strategies provided by MacroFactor? And 85% of the people reported having good success with just using the recommendations of the app. So it's really cool. I really, really, really like it. That's just briefly for now. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. I've been really pushing this app to a lot of people, and I wanted to just also kind of talk about what the next phase of this channel is going to be. Overall, I am looking to really get into the health and technology industry So that means apps or wearables or different things revolving fitness, health, everything in that field. So even like newer things like AI, genetics, personalized medicine, these are all things that are of huge interest to me, and I think they're going to really be a very important part of medicine in the future. I currently work as a PA in the ER, and I also do a few other different types of medicine, and it allows me to really see a lot of different things and just the way that different specialists think of things. And so that has allowed me to be very, very curious about what is out there to help people out, to help patients out, to help anyone out that is just wanting to better themselves or get a better hold of their fitness and health. Additionally, I had previously been a personal trainer and I was an emergency medical technician, so these are things that are very near and dear to my heart. Preventing chronic disease such as diabetes, other metabolic disorders, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, coronary artery disease. These are all things that I think if I can help people out through education or through technology, I think that that would be an awesome way to really put a lot of my efforts into for the future. So anyway, this is just another video. I'm really excited to start to put more stuff out. Maybe next, I don't have a bunch of free technology things. I just have what I have purchased. So I'm going to maybe start with the items that I have purchased, such as my Apple Watch. I've been meaning to talk about why I like the Apple Watch over the Whoop strap. Talk about the Whoop strap as well. I actually still have my Whoop charger here, and the strap is around here somewhere, so I'll talk about that stuff as well in the future. But that's it for now. So check it out, like, subscribe. So have a good one and enjoy your 2024.